We can't afford to do fundamental things for society that help people as a whole. It is not necessary to the capitalist machine. What's necessary is the constant creation of profit, the continued greed and avarice of the upper 1/10%.
I've been talking a lot lately about kids in education. Being a father, it's been front and center on my mind. Being a new father going into this new AI age is just mind-boggling. But I had another situation come up with a kid that I wanted to share, and I think it has relevance to what's going on specifically here in this country, but not just isolated to the United States. I'm Roy Arthur, and once again, this is My Unbelievable Reality. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to check us out, Roy Arthur, on Instagram. So I have been into this book, first of all, The Age of Surveillance Capitalism. If you read, first of all, if you don't read, for God's sakes, take 30 minutes a day away from the phone and just get quiet and read something, shit, anything, comic books, just anything. Your brain really fucking needs it. Anyway, this is really 2019. And this is the beginnings really of the AI push by Google specifically, but also Microsoft's in the band, obviously Facebook's in the band, etc., and how surveillance capitalism is our new fucking reality. And this is 6 years old. So relating to what's going on now, 6 years later, is just blowing my mind, especially as a parent, is what I'm trying to get to here. And what do we do for our children? But also, I'm thinking about all the parents that are really looking at major job insecurity in the next 12 to 24 months. This has already begun. People we're being misled, first of all. AI isn't about creating a sentient being, although these megalomaniacs that have messiah complexes that are trying to create a sentient AI and with the illusion that somehow they'd be able to control an intelligence they're completely unfamiliar with. Think of just the stupidity of that. AI is really all about capitalism grinding on and getting finer. Capitalism turned the corner with the internet, with the advent of Google, with the advent of data capture, and also peripheral data that they're stealing from us without asking, and there's no protections and no recourse for us. Everything, this very video, will go into the database of Roy Arthur and how much they know about me. Social media, the internet, is my child right now will never know a world without cell phones, internet, social media, AI, etc. Never know that a world different than that. My middle, who's in college, is running headlong into this and trying to adjust his education to match a changing environment so that he can find a foothold to start earning income to be able to support himself. This is really, really heavy stuff. And for a lot of us parents, we're totally in the dark on this. I mean, what advice do you offer in regards to a situation that I have no data on? I'm learning as fast as I can. I'm reading as much as I can. I'm going to trusted sources, The Atlantic, New Yorker, New York Times. Don't really buy the Washington Post much anymore. Once you got to get through everybody's paywall. To Forbes, if you're interested for financial perspectives. Trying to gather as much data to try to understand this. But really, what is going on a big picture level is this is capitalism on steroids. This is a race to be the richest at the cost of common man. Without a doubt, they can sugarcoat it all they want. They can lie about it. They can pretend like that's not happening, but it is. It's about eliminating jobs. This is true shit. Eliminating jobs to increase profits for the multinational corporations that are now running our world and have a stranglehold on US, on our political systems and shaping society as a whole. For generations, it's been the conservative Republicans' dream of no regulation, of no control, of a machine, which is what AI is. It's not sentient, it's not general, it's repeating all of the information that it's given. It's running out of information to be given. Here's the crazy thing: the only information in the near future is going to be the information that's coming from humans live, like this, like me. Yeah, like you, on your phone, on your text, your social media interactions. I keep running into this wall because I feel like capitalism, as we were warned by Eisenhower, I mean, in regards to the military-industrial complex, that's capitalism. And by the way, capital is money. That's what it is, money. This is also what Einstein postulated on in the 30s. Capitalism without a moral compass will surely run awry. I said it in the previous video. How do we parent through this? What advice do we get? Where do we go for resources? These are questions that I'm asking every day, and I'm throwing out there because I'm hoping to get feedback from you, as well as to what your thoughts are on this. We're being led in a direction at a pace unknown to mankind. Things are moving faster now in terms of technological advances and societal change than ever in the history of mankind. That is a fact. Google it. It is impossible to comprehend for the vast majority of us all of the implications, all of the refs, all the possibilities of this new age of control and exploitation, because really this is exploitation, people. We can't afford to do fundamental things for society that help people as a whole. It is not necessary to the capitalist machine. What's necessary is the constant creation of profit and the continued greed and avarice of the upper 0.1%. I watched a video yesterday. I don't remember what platform it was on, but it was a breakdown of every empire that's recorded in history for the last 5,000 years. Every empire has fallen. And these are empires, not movements, i.e., ones that last a decade. That's not an empire. Hundreds of years makes you an empire. Think Persia, think Macedonia, think the Greeks, think the Romans. Go back, think of the Afghanis, think of the Mesopotamians, the Scythians. I mean, just go on and on and on. Empires that last for centuries. Every single one has failed when greed and avarice finally became unchecked. And it dies from within. And the things that are happening here in our country the lack of regard for education for our children, the cost of healthcare to keep yourself healthy and alive. I mean, the basic things that should be available to everyone because there's plenty of money don't matter. It's just the bottom line. And that's pretty scary stuff, in my opinion, in my little humble, unbelievable reality podcast opinion. But I will circle back to the beginning. 2 points. Number one, I'm thinking of all those parents right now that are out there that know this is coming. And these are white collar people, middle class people, people with mortgages and loans and autos and kids and schools and college. And that is where AI will strike first. The receptionists, and then the middle managers, and then the upper level middle managers, and maybe then it starts dipping into law and medicine. This is a catastrophe on a grand scale for what's left of the middle class in the United States. And because of that, it is going to affect our children. And how do you give your children safety and confidence and opportunity when you're losing your own? I mean, I don't know. These are the things that keep me up at night. The ramifications of how this can be generational and how this is literally a societal change. We have never seen this kind of corporate control in this country ever. It was reined in until the Friedman Doctrine and Ronald Reagan cut the leash loose. That was the beginning. I've said it before, Citizens United, that was the door slamming. Now it's completely out of control. 10 companies, 10 multinationals own 500 brands. BlackRock is managing trillions. Blackstone, private equity companies are worth more than countries, and they indirectly own those 10 companies that own the 500 brands. Probably the majority of this conversation is just for my own benefit, to be honest with you, because I'm perplexed. I don't really honestly know where one should push a child. And I don't believe the bullshit in the slightest that AI is going to make our lives easier. We're going to live longer. It's going to cure cancer. And we're going to have more time to be creative. Who's going to pay the fucking bills? Well, everybody's out and about doing watercolors, apparently, and gliding on canoes, in canoes on mirror ponds. What the fuck? We can't even pay for kids' school lunches in this country. Just cut Medicare, Medicaid, looking at Social Security. We cut our Center for Disease Control, Food and Drug Administration. So this utopian dream of people having more time, and the other message that's complete horseshit is, oh, people are resilient. They'll find a way. What? You're making your problem our problem, and they're telling us your problem is what we need to figure out. But you're not giving us any tools or skills or ability to do that, because the deck is now beyond stacked against the average American. You're not getting out. I've been pondering this a lot, and like I said, I have a newborn, not a newborn, I guess a few months old now. And I realized this child will grow up never knowing a phone on a wall, never knowing the quiet of the woods the way I have, never knowing the stillness of a river, never knowing your neighbors, and family events being those kind of big deals, and not being able to view other people's lives and be influenced by what's in your hand. We never know that stillness, never know that quiet. Maybe that was lost decades ago. I think it was. But that's just, to me, that's crazy and scary and sad all at the same time. Anyway, Roy Arthur Pubeni, once again, Unbelievable Reality Podcast. Follow me on Instagram. I'm getting off TikTok. Shutting TikTok countdown. Done. Want to go. It's getting just creepy. Follow me on Instagram. Love comments and feedback. Talk again.